Now, the easiest thing is to actually use a snap-lock bag. What do you think? And voila, it's done. Really, I need to move. I need to move my pet. What's Daddy getting? What's Daddy getting? Where do you have it? Where do you get your treat? Who's going to be the first one? Oh, Daisy got to the spot first. Coco, where do you get your treat? On your spot. Good girl. Good girl. Hello friends, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 23. Okay, this video is going to have a lot in it because I've actually gotten quite a lot done on my list. Let me show you. All the scribbles are all things I've already done. And I'm on track to even finish some of the things on the 23rd. So I feel pretty proud of myself. So I've done all the things on the 20th. I've cleaned the plantation shutters. I've wrapped presents, tidied office. I've tested the pull-apart and cheese, which I think you would have seen in today's video. I've gone shopping. I've bought all the things I needed to do. I've finished all the items of the 21st and all the items on the 22nd. So I'm on track for tomorrow to do the items on the 23rd. So this morning I woke up and I did the weeding. I then made the grilled capsicums, which I'll show you in this video, and I've started on the caponata, which I will show you tomorrow. Apologies, editing Deborah here. I just realized that the edit is going to be a little bit rough, only because I'm cutting away to so many things that happened this morning. So as I'm introducing the video, I forgot what else I had done this morning, which was actually pick some fruit. So I'm just cutting away to that now. So the birds have found the apricot tree and had all the apricots, so we're almost ready. So now I'm stuck with, look, half-eaten apricots. Buggers. They just go in and pick at one and then fly off and pick at another and leave me the green ones. I'm going to have to pick some, even though they're not quite ready. Otherwise, we'll have none. Let me see if I can find any that haven't been picked. Okay. Look, picked. That's still green. Oh, if I pick them, they'll mature on my fruit bowl. Buggers. I didn't realize that they'd started maturing. Oh, they smell delicious though in here. Let's see. Yep, one there. That one. Maybe that one. No, it's been picked. This one's a small one. This one, it's been picked. All right, I'm going to put the phone camera down so I can pick some fruit and I'll show you how much I grabbed. So that's how many I've recovered. The birds well and truly got to the majority of them this year on this tree. Oh well, at least they enjoyed them. It's starting to get warm. The sun's come up. So I'm just quickly going to have a look at this back tree that I attempted to cover this week and see if there's any apricots that can be picked. And then I'll go and have breakfast. There's some beautiful ones that I've been able to retrieve from this tree here. A handful. They're not quite as ripe as I like them, but any longer. And the birds will find a way of getting in and eating them. I can hear them flapping their wings around this tree. There are some small peaches on this tree. Birds have gotten to that one. They feel a little bit hard. But if I don't pick them, the birds will eat them. So Let me grab some of the prettier ones. I didn't water this tree much this year, so the fruit is a little bit small. They're a bit small to eat. So what I'm thinking I might do is turn them into peach jam. I've never made peach jam, so we'll see what happens. And some lemons needed to be picked. So I'm going inside and start some cooking. I tidied up my office and cleaned it all up. I watered the plants. I dusted the plantation shutters. What else did I do? I feel like I've just been go, go, go all morning, but it's only about 1 o'clock. I'm going to have some lunch, upload all the footage onto my laptop from my phone camera, and then I spend a couple of hours editing this video so it can be ready to go tomorrow. And then once I've done that, I'll finish the caponata, I'll hang up the wreaths, I'll make the bolognese sauce and get dinner ready. And then that's it. I'm set pretty much on target for everything that I need to do to get myself ready for Christmas Eve. I know I've been hearing from many of you who are also list makers and that you find that they work perfectly for you. I'm like that. If I know if it's out of my head and onto a list, then it's just so easy to tick it off and know that that's something that I need to do. Whereas if it's on my head, then I start getting frazzled and stressed because I think, I've got to remember that, I've got to remember that, I've got to remember that. And I tend to then chop and change and start and not finish everything that I need to get done. And then at the last minute on the day, I'll think, oh, that's right, I was going to do that. Oh, that's right, I was going to do that. And I don't like feeling frazzled on the actual day. On the actual day, I just want to be relaxed and know that I've got everything organized and I can just enjoy myself and have fun with my family and friends. So I think I will cut away to making the cannoli. There was a bit of a story there. We did manage, my daughter and I, to go to That's Samora yesterday and get the cannoli shells, which I then made the filling for, and it came out delicious, as my husband will tell you, and my daughter Charlotte also said. I'll show you how I made those. Okay, let's get started. For those of you who don't know, you can actually buy cannoli shells. These are the mini ones, and they're the best ones, I feel, because they're not too big. And on a day where you're going to be eating a lot of desserts, well, one of these is plenty. So let's start. I'm making traditional Maltese ricotta cannoli. And it starts off, obviously, with the ricotta. Now, the recipe that I follow, I have to say I loosely follow because the quantities are not quite right. I bought a book when we were in Malta many years ago, and I don't feel that they actually checked the quantities correctly. And it says that you need 50 grams of ricotta, which is ridiculous because it doesn't match up to the quantities of everything else. So I use a tub of ricotta, which is 375 grams. And I'm just using a light, smooth ricotta from Coles, nothing fancy. Everything else is what gives it the flavor. The ricotta just gives it the smoothness and creaminess. And then it says to use 50 grams of sugar. I find that that's a little bit too sweet, so I use about an eighth of a cup first, and then I mix it, and then I decide if I like it sweet enough. Then we need to chop up some glaseed cherries. You need some mixed peels, and it says that it requires 50 grams of candied peel, which I feel like is about that much. And then it asks for half a teaspoon of vanilla. I only put a little bit because then it asks for the juice of 1 tangerine or orange. And I put whatever liqueur I have. At this stage, I have Jim Beam Peach. And I probably put about 3 tablespoons of that. And then it requires some, what are these? These are slivered almonds, slivered almonds, as I'm told by my son-in-law and my future daughter-in-law that they're all, that's what it's called, not almond, but almond. Tell me, are you an almond or an almond? I feel like in America they say more almond, and in Australia we say almond. Actually, I was watching a really funny reel from, this English comedian, Mac something or other. He is hilarious. If I can find it, I'll share it on my Insta because he's just so funny. And he was saying about how the English have got the silent letters, and we should have a silent letter day so that all the silent letters can be heard. Things like goodnight and Wednesday and February and all those kind of letters. And half and not half. Well, half, and hour. Oh, he's hilarious. So I'll link it. I'll post it on my Insta. So make sure to go over there so you can see it, unless you've already seen it somewhere. So anyway, so that's about, I don't know, about 2 tablespoons of slivered almonds chopped up. And then we need about, it says 4 bars of dark chocolate. I don't know what that means, so I'm just going to chop up a little bit of chocolate. And that's why I sort of said I'm not going to add too much sugar because the chocolate is going to give it sweetness and the cherries are going to give it sweetness. So that's as good as it's going to get. Excuse me, this is a very messy kitchen, as you can tell. And then the cherry. And again, it says 4 glacé cherries, which that doesn't sound reasonable, does it? How can you just add 4 glacé cherries? And that is it. And then you mix it all up. And we do a taste test. Because then all you have to do is just pipe it in the cannoli. Oh, I can smell the alcohol. And it's best if you let this sit overnight because then the flavors intensify. So this is one thing that you can actually do like a day or 2 in advance before you need it. Okay. Let's go and ask Kevin what he thinks, right? Now, the easiest thing is to actually use a snap lock bag and just cut 1 corner and then pipe it through. Voila. Add some icing sugar on it. And if you like my apron, I think this was purchased either from Shein or Temu by a girlfriend who gave it to me as a Christmas present. Can I come and disturb you so you can do a taste test for me? What do you think? Yeah. Oh, that's not nice. Are they good?
Yeah.
Very nice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I flummed it. I sort of loosely followed the recipe like I normally do. I didn't have Grand Marnier, so I used the peach Jim Beam. Tastes the same. Nice. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can finish it. Okay. All right. Okay, so you heard it from the master, the Maltese guru. This is good to go. And this quantity will very likely do all that tray and then some. As you saw, it really barely took 1.5 teaspoons per cannoli. And don't make them too far in advance because the cannoli crust shells actually soften. So you really want to pipe them about an hour or 2 before you need to show them and put them out. Otherwise they go soggy and yucky. And the next taste tester is Charlotte. What do you think? Let me know. Excuse the noises in the background. Trying to be dainty on camera as you chew. Thumbs up?
That's good.
Good's good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give this video a thumbs up.
That is good.
That's good?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. And the ricotta filling is ready to go to make cannoli. One other thing ticked off my list. And then we'll cut away and I'll show you a little bit of what I've done throughout the day. And then I'll show you how I make grilled capsicum. Apologies for the look. I'm not wearing a speck of makeup and it's not going to happen today by the looks of things. I've got the oven on so that I can put the capsicum in and turn them into grilled capsicum. I've got the eggplants down here that I'm going to be chopping up and salting so I can turn them into eggplant caponata with some of the capsicum that I've already cut up into small pieces. And once they're blackened on the outside, I put them in plastic bag. Once the capsicum have cooled down, you see how much moisture comes out of it? It becomes so easy to just peel them. And many years ago, I was told, I used to rinse them out so that I would get rid of any leftover skin that I hadn't taken off. And a friend told me not to do that because you lose a lot of the flavor. So in actual fact, keeping the juices or keeping some of the skin and not rinsing it out retains a lot of the flavor. And ever since then, I've started doing that. So it becomes really easy once you've roasted them and charred the outside layers. Like you can see, not all of it was actually charred, but by putting them in a plastic bag like I have, it actually steams the skin off, even the one that hasn't been completely charred, and it just peels off really easily. And as I say that, I've reached an area that's not that easy. But anyway, you can see actually, no, most of it has come off. And then all I have to do is peel it open like that and just wipe away the seeds. And you have these beautiful layers of grilled capsicum. So easy to make. And if anything, what you can do if you want to rinse them out is rinse them out in the moisture or in the water that's at the bottom of the bag. Now, in my experience of making grilled capsicum, I've learned that in this case, 1 clove of garlic is plenty. I once put a few more than one, and all you could taste was the garlic. So now I only put 1, cut it up thinly or in slivers, add some salt, just a pinch, mix it together, and I'm just going to then put it in this jar that I have, just a Christmas jar that I have from last year, and I'm going to cut them, just tear them into smaller pieces. Put a little bit of the juices, and then I'm going to top it up with olive oil. And I like to use extra virgin, just enough to cover them, because that will help preserve them. Not that these will need preserving. Press them down so they stay under the level of the oil. And voila, I have grilled peppers for antipasta platters, for sandwiches, but also for the pasta salad that I'll be making tomorrow. And next, I'll be making the caponata, but I feel like the caponata is going to be for tomorrow's video. So all that footage is shot. All I had to do now is shoot the opening of the advent calendar. So let's move the camera and get organized. I know, I'm sorry, the lighting is off. I'm doing the best that I can without having to make a mess of everything else. So today is day 23. And let's have a look at what it says. Your new favorite prep step. Sounds like it could be, oh, okay, no, I thought it was going to be like a, like, what's that stuff that you put on your face before you put on makeup? Primer. I thought it was going to be a primer, but no, it's the Ultra Facial Toner for all skin types. That's good because sometimes I find that a toner doesn't quite work for me. Let me see if it's got alcohol in it. It's got aqua, glycerin, squalene, phenoxyethanol, which means obviously anything that ends with nol, I think, has got alcohol in it. But it is the 1, 2, 3, the 4th ingredient, so it may not be too bad. Oh, it's locked, it's closed, so I can't see it. Anyway, I'll let you know whether it's drying or not. I find that Kiehl's, though, is quite gentle. It is for all skin types, so it means that it is good for normal to dry skins. I feel like I'm coming out really dark. I wonder if I can fix it later on. Anyway, it is what it is. Thank you very much for showing up today for me. And I hope that wherever you are, you're also on track to be organised for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Until tomorrow, my friends, I hope you're having a fabulous day. Bye.